Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Emma, and we're finally back to Dragon Age Inquisition.
Welcome back.
That was so perfect. How could that have been that perfect? All right, I know it's been literally 4 months, and I apologize for the delay. I moved, I had a lot of health stuff go on, a lot of life changes go on. Everything's good, nothing like bad other than health stuff. But that's better now, so kind of good. All right, bear with me a little bit. I put up another computer setup. I have my own recording room now. I'm no longer in the top floor of my loft. So this is its own space. I'll post a picture of it for what it looks like for now. It's gonna get better because I have to put up all the cosplay crafting bits on the other side. But I wanted to get this set up so we could record together and play this game finally. Okay. I checked a little bit where we were last by watching a little bit of the last episode.
A few moments later.
I believe. Did you disconnect? Alright, let's try this again. I had to turn the graphics down because as I'm waiting for my new graphics card for my other setup, my normal setup, I'm having to use a really old one because the one we had purchased for this caught on fire. So, bear with me while we try this again. Okay, so I tried to look at our journal. Whew, much better. So we need to get power. I don't want to go to any of these other places yet. Ooh, you know what we really should probably do? Should probably... Oh, there's a lot to do here, though. I think that guy's close. Let's find him. Probably should go back and do the mission board. Oh, rip. Do I gotta go all the way around? These always drive me nuts because it's like Skyrim and you have to try to find... Oh, Elfru. Thank you very much. I've still been playing a lot of Zelda, so I'm having to get used to the A and B buttons being switched. It wasn't as close as I thought. Oh, look at all those bad load-ins. I literally had to turn the graphics down to low. Because as you guys noticed, I crashed. But we'll be kind to this graphics card while we get the good one in. Come on. I believe in you. To go... No, it's right there. Oh, it's down. Bam. Alright, Saga of Tirda Brightaxe, Avar Mother. Tirda Brightaxe, dwarf friend chieftain, with her leaf-eared lover Leg. Elf? Woke she did to love-sweat morning, lover gone in light of day. Dream words whispered, spoken soft, still the silence crushed and crashing. Dead her tribe, unless a child could keep her line in warrior fashion. Evalvar, so named the lover, called our journey yours and mine. One day child of Tirda's blood, Morrigan, in strength mashine. Lovers whispers to obey, Hender, dwarf prince, friend in passion. Babe produced to serve the line, the Avar tried her name are taking. That didn't rhyme in the same schema that I was thinking it would. Also, some name drops, though. It's you that has the quest, correct?
You there? Can you help my wife? Please, I beg you.
What's wrong with your wife?
She gets sick when the weather's foul. Can't catch her breath like cobwebs in her lungs. Our son Hindle makes a potion that lets her breathe. He's the only one who can make it, but he's joined that cult in the hills. Please, get to him and tell him what's wrong. Without that potion, she'll die.
Can do. Would love to help. So the graphics don't actually look that bad to me. They really don't. Is there the quest in here? See, it's been so long, I don't know if we've been around and talked to all these people. If you guys have a better idea, let me know. Gross.
Thank you.
Oh? Hunter's view of the Mage Templar War. The words in this note have many misspellings and are scrawled in a clumsy hand. Mother Valerie said things I saw won't get out of my head lest I put them somewhere else. She told me write it down. It's a long time since I did letters, but I'll try. Aww. I saw refugees in the hills. I was there to hunt. I saw them but did not say hello because I was on the trail. The refugees were going to Redcliffe. They were slow and bent over when they walked like old men. Templars came. They talked to the refugees. They hit them. The refugees gave food. Then mages came. The mages used fire. Everyone burned. I was in a bush. They did not see me. Some Templars killed the mages. The mages ran. The Templars wanted to run after them. A refugee was still burning. His arm went up to a Templar. The Templar used his sword. It went up and down, up and down. There were pieces of black. He stayed while others Templars ran after mages. He took things from bodies. One body was moving. It had long hair and burned dress. The Templar started to take off his armor and I shot him. Good for you, hunter dude. I went down to the lady. She made little noises and her eyes looked at me. Then she died. I want it to go out of my head, please, Maker. I've been good. I want it to go out of my head. That's a very interesting way to impart the severity of what's going on right now. Good on the hunter. Like,
That's the last of the bread.
Is it him?
Going to be a long, hungry night.
Could it be this guy?
These people need food.
There are rams out in the hills. Good eating, cooks easy, and no lords around to kill you for poaching. Too dangerous to go hunting now. More likely to find mages than luck.
Good luck.
Luck won't put fat on your ribs.
That's fair. Oh, everybody needs to level up, don't they? Alright. We'll do that really quick. So let's explore the area a little bit more. Okay, good. I need to turn over that mechanic. I don't think we're low on resources.
Have you seen otherwise?
But it's good to check all the same. Because we might need it for potions and whatnot later. And I definitely want to have enough. I'm also a habitual collector, so there's that.
If you say so.
Oh, it's just a signpost. Do we have any other... Oh, good. We're coming up on one. Perfect. Maybe this is Whittle. This is the... Yes, perfect.
More cold weather coming. Fool villagers. Where are their coats?
What do you need to keep these refugees warm?
Blankets, warm clothes, all of it. These poor sods lost everything when the mages and the Templars went crazy. If we were in a village, I could just pinch a blanket off a clothesline and be fine. Out here, I'm sure the apostates have plenty of supplies, just haven't been able to find them.
Aww.
Farewell.
And see you.
Why don't we just... Why can't we steal from the Templars? I'd feel better stealing from the Templars. Wasn't there a map shortcut? And I just can't remember it. There's some down there. Let's go to the world map, and before I forget, before we start off on those quests, let's go and do our missions. We have something that's ticking in the background while we do other things. All right. Now that it's been 3 years. Oh shit, can we talk to people again? That's this turn in, isn't it? Or is it the one?
So if we get better horses, you think that'll make a difference?
Master Dennett's horses in the Hinterlands are faster and stronger than anything we've got here. A good horse can make all the difference. The mare I grew up with saved my life. She died when the demons attacked.
I'm sorry.
Feels silly to mourn a horse, with all the people we've lit pyres for.
Well, like you said, a good horse can make all the difference.
What an awesome piece of dialogue. It's just really good. First circle. Very nice.
Notes could assist you.
Oh, sorry if I interrupted that. Okay. Who wants something from over here? I see they want me to turn in something. Is it really the other one? Excusez-moi. Alright. Maybe the graphics quality is increased. Like, it doesn't look that bad, but...
We'll need some of your cloth for bandages.
And how much is Mother Giselle going to offer?
Oh.
Can you really put a price on the love of Andraste?
I was at the end of the exchange. Alright, bye. No, it was over there. What is that for? What turn-in is that? No, I'm not gonna modify my armor. I haven't really got anything to modify quite yet. Wait, no, we cannot cut up through here. God, it's been so long. It's so nice to see that you can still have, like...
There was no word for heaven or for earth, for sea or sky. All that existed was silence. Then the voice of the maker rang.
That's not super interesting. Don't really care. Hey, Varric, what's up?
Need something?
I just want to talk.
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
How many of these have we asked already? Like, I can't even remember.
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
That's awesome.
If you've run a spy network, why is Leliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master. The truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
What sort of shops do you own?
Actually, we don't own shops. That was just an example. Mostly we invest in money lenders. Auction houses, a few mercenary companies, a couple of smithies. I think we own half a beet plantation in Ravane somewhere. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not much tact, but loads of business sense.
You're an author. What kind of books have you written?
I've tried my hands at a few genres. My crime serials are my most popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
Are you from Ferelden? Orlais?
Free marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind. There's a hidden shop in Kirkwall called the Black Emporium. I found her in a barrel labeled swag.
Oh my
The
god.
owner sold her to me for a ham sandwich and a pair of yellow ruffled pants.
Is he bullshitting? I thought Bianca made that for him. He's bullshitting. He has to be.
Who is she named for?
I can't tell you.
And the reason for that is?
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
That's fair.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
I love Varric. Sorry, I know that we've probably done this recently, but for me it's been a while, and I just want to like talk to our friends again. You know what I mean? It's the best part of the game. Yes.
As I explored the Fade, I felt the presence of an intriguing artifact in the Hinterlands.
Oh?
If you are willing, I would like to locate it. I have marked its location as best I could determine.
Thank you very much.
What do you know about the Fade?
A great deal from my wanderings. There are few hard facts, but I can share what I have learned.
How much of this have we done already? I'm worried about redoing this. Like, because y'all have already seen it, and I don't want to be a nuisance. But at the same time, Solus is just saying anything at all. I don't really care what he says. I just want to listen to him talk.
I'd like to know more about the breach.
Simply put, it is a tear in the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world physically. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster at an area that has seen many deaths. But your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach. That means it was created deliberately.
I'd like to know more about demons.
The Chantry says that demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the living. But such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivations, and in so doing, do all a great disservice. Spirits wish to join the living, and a demon is that wish gone wrong.
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them? If not in peace, at least without such active confrontation.
Not in the world we know today. The veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
I really like that insight. I really appreciate playing this again after having played the game through and understanding the ending and hearing dialogue like this. It gives you more to think about. It always reminds me of the Legend of Korra story arc about the spirit realm overlapping with the material plane, for lack of a better instance. I'm just going to use the D&D term. And that very much is kind of the precursor for what I think would happen here in a similar such instance. The removal of the veil, to be clear. I do love that she did ask and that it's an option and that Solus doesn't immediately shoot it down. That leads me to believe that there might be ways that might just be more difficult. Or maybe nobody really knows how to tear down the veil. We'll have to find out, I guess.
I'd like to know more about the veil.
Circle mages call it a barrier between this world and the Fade, but according to my studies in ancient elven lore, that is a vast oversimplification. Without it, imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
If spirits entered freely, entered the world? I'm trying not to be biased about this, right? I think it would be frightening at first, but I think if you learned how to determine which spirits were good and bad, like, I don't think it would be such an issue, especially if the veil coming down was for the greater good. I would like it to say that sounds interesting, because Strange is probably the best one, but I also know that I'm afraid of Strange being connotated negatively. That's my fear. I don't want to lose points with Soulless. We'll just sell out for this one. I'm sorry, don't hate me.
It sounds like it would be wonderful.
And dangerous. But yes, a world where imagination defines reality. Where spirits are as common as trees or grass. Instead, spirits are strange and fearful. And the Fade is a terrifying world touched only by mages and dreamers. I am glad that I'm not alone in seeing the beauty of such a world, along with the obvious peril.
And I love that he qualifies it too. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to be completely unreasonable and daydream about this alternate reality. He's like, I can appreciate the danger of this too.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Solus. Okay, so that's in here. Do we have to turn in something? Clearly, but what? Oh, we found his notes, right?
With Segrit's compliments, sir.
What's the catch this time?
No catch, sir. Said he wanted to help the Inquisition. Plus, I think the herbs were going to go off and nobody wanted to buy them. Think Segrit wanted people to like him.
Well, good enough. You're back. And in one piece.
Do we want to investigate first? Oh no, we did that. So we're going to give him the notes.
You said you thought Master Tajan was working on something special. If it helps, I found his notes.
The old codger was on the edge of a breakthrough here, but he couldn't see it. You want some of these mixed up? You just give the word.
Thank you. Okay, I think that's everything.
Farewell.
Sweet. Turning our quests in. So now can we upgrade potions? No. That's fine. We'll do that at a later date. It's not too imperative. Excuse me. Let's talk. Who's nearby? I don't want to do that. Oh. All right.
See?
Oh.
What did I tell you?
Songs.
Thank you.
That's so cool. I honestly did not come in here much my first time playing this. So I really appreciate getting to be in here a little bit more.
Yes.
Okay. I could just sit around and listen to that shit. But let's go and talk to Cass. Let's talk to all the people in our party.
Upon his parents and onto the maiden.
Oh my goodness. It's like being at church camp and you don't want to be. Okay.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
My clan never stayed in one place for long, though we primarily roamed the free marches.
Oh? I didn't think your people roamed that far north. But clearly I'm mistaken. I'm told some members of your clan might still be alive. Do you intend to go back?
I think she enjoyed her clan. Oh man, I had to remember all the lore I had for her with Phalassin. Well, an attribution to him at least. Growing up on stories of his.
I might, once this is done.
It will not be the same once you do.
That's fair.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Ooh. I was always really sad I couldn't, like, hit on Cass. It's completely out of character, but she's kind of my type.
No motivation, Theon's making things between us less...
Antagonistic?
Exactly.
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
Ooh, my lady.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentecosts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentecosts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentecosts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
I'm gonna ask it, even though I know better.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortale tarsi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Your uncle was a mortale tarsi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The mortale tarsi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Navarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
But what does a right hand do, exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinian knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
So, what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, you really want to hear that? It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
that's what happens with stories that become legends.
I am not a legend, nor was I then. I was a young woman barely out of training. To hear others tell it, I alone saved divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart, and there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral. But I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause.
Yeah.
They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
Well, that's because they're mages and they're basically second-class citizens. Oh, you're delightful.
What happened to the mages that helped you?
They went back to their circles, with rewards and privileges and most holy gratitude. Many of them died at the conflict.
It's so unfortunate.
I think you're a hero, no matter how you downplay it.
Fine. But it was 20 years ago. I will not rest upon my laurels.
Fine. So reticent to take a compliment.
I'll let you get back to work.
Alright. Oh, man. Oh, I forgot about all the codexes. So, if you may have noticed, or if you keep up with my Instagram at all, because I post daily stories, and that and Facebook's kind of where I keep up with most of my, like, daily posting life stuff. I may or may not have the flu, or strep throat, or whatever is going on, so I'm probably going to cut it today, but we'll get to the codex entries next episode. Hopefully I'll be better in a day or two. I'm hoping it's really not that bad. I have an appointment in the morning. Gonna nip this one in the bud. I was sick for like 2 weeks off and on. A little over 2 weeks ago. Maybe a month? Maybe. No, it's like more like a month. More like a month. So I'm hoping this is some awful relapse. Other than that, thank you for your patience and everyone being kind and understanding about needing to take a break, having to do IRL things. It's really nice to have the vocal members of the community be supportive. I appreciate that. I do. It makes me want to come back and engage with you guys all the more quickly. So, I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time.